We have Alex Roy Rajan, founder and CEO of SalesboxAI. Super excited to feature you. Amazing.
Oh, good.
Welcome to the
Okay.
show. We
Oh,
made it.
pleasure to be here, Julia.
Awesome. I can't wait to get into the demo.
Sure. Yeah. So, to give you an overview of Salesbox AI, it is a unified GTM platform where you have co-pilots that manage agents to get to orchestrate your GTM plays. So let me share my screen and give you an overview of this. Let's see here. My screen visible? All
Yep.
good? Okay, cool. So right now we have logged in as a marketing user, and what you're seeing is the GTM command center. So at the core of it, it's important to remember that as a marketer, the GTM Copilot is an extension of you. So that's the approach is very different slightly from some of the other products where you have you're directly interacting with a lot of agents, whereas here you have a co-pilot that's going to be working with a set of agents and then reporting back to you, right? So the co-pilot is an extension of you as a marketer. So let's look at what these 8 agents do. The first one is called as an ICP agent. What it does is it scans for accounts that match your revenue funnel or ICP criteria, and it adds that into the revenue funnel. We've got an intent agent that's looking for intent signals. It's looking to find website visits. It's looking to it scans for information online. So there's like multiple signals that you could configure on this. So you could have a funding investment round. So for example, let's say you're interested in reaching out to companies who just raised funding. So this would be the signal that you're looking for. So you would enable that signal. It's possible not only monitor signals for existing accounts that you already know about, but you could also do net new discovery. What this means is you're looking for companies you never knew about. So yes, that's the very core of what the Copilot, because everything is signal driven. It's about getting the timing right, and these agents help the GTM Copilot, and in turn the marketer get the timing right. Right. So that's the intent agent. We have the ads agent that ensures that the buying group is viewing the ads that the marketer has configured. It also brings back the stats, and we'll look at the dashboard a little later as well. We have the persona agent that expands the buying group from each of these accounts. We have an email agent that's crafting personalized emails, and there's a voice agent. So like if you go to the Salesbox AI website, you would see a voice agent that's speaking, similar to the demo that you just saw, where these agents have their knowledge coming from the knowledge base, where it's already there's web pages, there's PDF collaterals, etc., which the agent has learned from to answer questions. And similarly, there's the content agent, which is creating the messaging, and you have an analytics agent as well. So these 8 agents put together is what the GTM Copilot is managing on behalf of you. So we call this the GTM Copilot Hub. And we talked about a revenue funnel. So let me show you what that means. Um, so imagine you had you have 3 funnels for US, let's say you have enterprise, mid-market, and small business. So you would create these revenue funnels. So let's just go into one of these. You define your ICP criteria. That's step one. In this case, you define the enterprise accounts, and then you decide what signals you want enabled on this funnel. So this goes back again to the account discovery. So you want companies, enterprise accounts who's raising a Series D to get added into this funnel, for example. So this is how you would subscribe for such events. And once the agent identifies such an account, it gets added as an early stage opportunity as well on the funnel. So you would see, multiple opportunities over time getting added into this funnel, and there are personas defined you that 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 form the buying group. So the buying group means the group of people who decide. They come from take the decision of buying that product or service. They come from different departments. So you can actually configure your buying groups here in terms of personas. And you have the Forrester revenue waterfall showing you exactly where they are. So everything starts in target stage, then it comes down the waterfall to detected, engaged, etc. So you will see that it's possible to configure stage rules as well, at what point something should come from one stage to the other. You would also be able to, so let's look at an opportunity here that's showing in green. We can go into one of these. So you would see that the score is based on multiple components. So, the score of 18 comprises of a weightage for things like engagement, intent, the buying group fit, the sales fit, account fit. So there's like 6 different dimensions which go into this opportunity score. And these are the buying group members that the agents have identified. And you can actually see all the conversations that's happening on channels like email, LinkedIn, that's enabled. And yeah, so kind of you get to see all of it in one place. Everything is scored and prioritized based on the scoring model. So you will see day wise how things are moving up and down as these agents work on them. So this is very important in a signal driven system to make sure that firstly you're capturing the signals, and secondly you have agents acting on it. So this is how you set up revenue funnels, and you have multiple opportunities that's added into the system. You have those agents identify the buying group members and then have the conversations. It's also important that the agents also identify things like a champion, influencer, etc. in that buying group. It does things like qualification, making sure that the data is right, disqualifying things which are, when it comes to data, perhaps the titles are wrong, perhaps it doesn't match the persona criteria as you wanted. So behind the scenes, it's making sure that only the qualified buying group members are identified. And then comes the activation side of thing, where you have different personas. So I'm going to go into one of them. So this is where you set up the agent handoff, wherein you have, for all the people, the 248 members, you can set up like a drip. You can decide that it flows into a nurture and in parallel to a social selling campaign. So these are again powered by agents. And so what's happening is, as so we should remember the journey. A company A raises Series A funding, that signal gets picked up. Then you have the agents expand that to the buying group members, and then it gets added into this drip. And you have a nurture conversation that kicks in. On email, there's another conversation that starts on social media, on LinkedIn. And you can orchestrate, this as required as a marketer. And all of this is getting scored and prioritized as well. So if you look at, let's now just look at the nurture itself. So how many of you here, I'm sure all of us here have, run nurture campaigns. The key difference here is that the only input we need to give is the knowledge base and topics to focus on. So in this example, let me just go here to the campaign details. So these were the topics of interest that, in this specific case, we gave as an input to the agent. So it uses both the knowledge base and this set of topics to craft personalized messages. So if you look at the history, you will see that. So this is a 7-step nurture you'll see that the subject lines vary. You'll see that it's personalized based on each of those companies. They create extremely personalized messages. So as a marketer, you can set that up, set the nurture stream up fairly quickly. The same thing when you're doing social selling as well. You would have an agent that is using LinkedIn and viewing the profile, commenting on it, waiting on it, sending connection requests, etc. So essentially you have for that buying group members, you have an agent that is communicating with them. So, we can like look at the activity log. Let's see if there's let's see if we can find a comment. Let's go here. So let's click on one of these comments. So I think we need to go in here to the activity log. And you would be able to see the post as well where that happens. So essentially you have all of this coming back into the opportunity itself, and you have this coming on the command center that we just saw. So any action that happens comes as a real-time activity on the side. So you will see the different agents working on these opportunities. There is a RevOps dashboard, which is very useful for marketers as well, especially CMOs. They get to see the revenue waterfall. They get to see all the intent signals. They get to see exactly where the revenue is. Uh, you have channel attribution, everything from LinkedIn to the embedded voice. So something like this on the voice. If somebody calls as well, it comes back in here. You could pull in data from Google Analytics, the different traffic sources. You also have insights coming on this dashboard. In a similar way, it's possible to pull in, it's possible to run ads on the platform as well. So you could run lead gen, display, or LinkedIn ads, and all of this comes back to the GTM advertising dashboard as well. So you could monitor all your campaigns here as a marketer, and it would allow you to kind of see how you are influencing the pipeline. So yeah, so I think it's just loaded up. So you can see all the impressions, clicks, all the accounts from which the engagement is happening. You can see how much pipeline is influenced by the ads, etc. Um, Signal to revenue, again, the signals that we captured, this dashboard will show you exactly what sources those signals came from, how much of that converted into revenue. So these are the main signals that we capture. So, anything from funding to new hire, product launch, it's able to capture those. Everything from a website visit to that. So if you click on signals, you would see all the signals that's coming in as well. Um, so yeah, so you would see who's coming in. In some cases, it's a funding investment related signal, etc. So all of this comes back to the dashboard and gets scored and prioritized. Is how this works. And the same way, we also have a sales copilot that works with sales teams, and then SDRs, right? So there's a sales command center in a very similar way too, wherein you have so Elvis is a salesperson, that's the sales copilot, which is working with multiple SDRs, and then there's multiple agents that is working as a team with the sales copilot. So each rep has a copilot, which in turn works with SDR agents. So that's the key difference, I would say, that it's not directly working with an agent, but you, as the end user, you work with a copilot, which is an extension of you, and and then um, that in turn coordinates with these agents.
Thank you so much, Alex. Amazing demo.